It worked out so well. It was great. Okay.
What is going on, fellow munchers? Hope you guys are having a glorious day. So we actually teamed up with Lay's. If you've probably seen some videos, we've been doing some cool live stream stuff with them. They just really love the Brothers Green, so we teamed up with them today.
Why wouldn't they love the
Why?
Brothers?
Who wouldn't love the Brothers? If you don't, get with the program. So they hit us up because they're doing this huge campaign, and it's called Do Us a Flavor. If you go to Lays.com, you can pitch your favorite chip flavor and win $1 million.
And it doesn't take that much.
It doesn't take much. So the only thing this year, they've done the pitch in the past, but this year what's special is they really want to know your story. What's the inspiration behind this? So you can you can just write it out, or you can film a YouTube video or have a picture. You can upload a YouTube video like singing a song about, why you love the chip. Like for me, it could be like
cheddar
and chive and cinnamon donut chips for me. Cheddar and chive.
Why
and
is
donuts.
that chip special to you? You pitch it in a creative way. You've got a chance to win $1 million. Link is in the description if you want to get on that.
What's
stuff.
your pitch?
What's my pitch? Well, we'll get into that in a second, but we asked you guys what your pitch was. We asked you guys on Instagram, what is a great chip idea that you have, just to get a little inspiration, and you guys chimed in with a lot of good ideas. We're gonna read through
a couple of them.
Oh, we're both on. Okay,
we're both on. So one of my favorites was the nacho cheese donut
by Bub Snaps.
Someone just said you
Fried
guys are cool.
rice.
Thank you. Spicy green mango. Whoa.
Okay, we've
Korean
got
barbecue.
Creamy chicken Alfredo pasta. Like, that is something that Lay's would actually make into a chip, which is awesome.
But this Korean barbecue, I've noticed a lot of Korean barbecue, bulgogi beef coming up, kimchi and
in there.
spam.
Yeah, so we had an overwhelming amount of
tree bark and cheddar.
Wait, what is
guacamole? Guacamole, I don't know, but hibachi, chicken tikka masala, and mango lassi.
Crab rangoon. Wow.
Basil pesto, sweet and sour pickle. I think they already have something like that.
I appreciate the creativity out of you guys. Really great, but we definitely had an overwhelming amount of Korean barbecue inspired chips.
Which gave us an idea. Why not show you guys how to make an amazing Korean barbecue, like loaded potato chip nacho thing?
To start off, we're going to go in with the bulgogi beef, because when you're talking about nachos and loaded potatoes, you got to have
this
that.
This is the ground beef of the Korean experience.
Exactly. Here are your lovely ingredients. Super simple for this bulgogi beef.
Thank you, Donna.
So the deal is with the bulgogi marinade, it's the best. For me, it's the best marinade, and it's so simple. So all we're gonna do is start up by just preparing our ingredients. We've got some garlic, we've got some ginger, we've got some scallions. That is like the base of Korean cooking right there. Instead of spending all day chopping that up by hand, it's going in the beef anyway, so we're just gonna throw it in a food processor and just press the chop button. Usually your food presser will have a chop button, or what's the other button?
Chop, grind,
a pulse, the chop, because we want to chop it up. So get that nice and fine, and then just dump that into the ground beef. Then we're going to go in with sesame oil, one of the quintessential Korean ingredients. Hit it with some soy sauce for that salty kick. And then a little bit of sugar. We actually didn't have that ingredient, but the sugar's nice. That is actually pretty classic.
And usually they would be Asian pear, right? You would like grate in some Asian pear. Mike ate the damn Asian pear. I told him to get the Asian pear. He ate the goddamn Asian pear.
But it's all right, because this is a quick marinade. The Asian pear actually tenderizes the meat, and with ground beef, you don't need that much tenderizing, so you can omit the Asian pear. It's all right. The last few ingredients are just some sesame seeds and then salt and pepper. Mix that up. You can let that marinate. I've let that marinate for like 2-3 days even, and it just gets more delicious. But you can also cook it instantly.
You're marinating ground beef for 2 or 3 days.
Ground
beef, you need a maximum of like 30 seconds, I think.
You don't understand. A 3-day ground beef bulgogi marinade is glorious.
Like a slow cook right there.
We're gonna take out a pan, add a little bit of oil in there, and just fry it up. You actually don't even need oil because there's so much fat in that beef, but just get it nice and brown. It's gonna start start to caramelize because you have that sugar in there, the soy. Look how tasty that is. That is your ground beef.
I couldn't stop eating it. So the next thing we're gonna do is a little bit of a scallion topping. This is like a marinated scallion, almost like a salad. It's very popular in Korean dishes, and Mike claims if you cut the scallions this way, that Koreans are just gonna be really impressed by it.
I've got a friend on the inside. He is Korean. He says when the Koreans see those types of scallions, they know.
They know.
You are legitimate.
If you're Korean out there, like I hope you guys just know how legit we are. I'm gonna show you why. So take your scallions and chop them in like 3 or 2 inch pieces, you know, like these kind of things, and then turn it and then slice it very thin as you can. And what happens is it kind of like curls up a little bit, and you put it in some super cold ice water and just keep that in the fridge. It kind of shocks them. It keeps them very crisp, very fresh, takes out some of that bite in the scallions. After they're in the fridge for 20 or 30 minutes, then we start mixing things around. We've got those pepper flakes, Korean pepper flakes. If you don't got Korean pepper flakes, use whatever kind of chili ground you got. We got Sean seeds in there. Like spelling didn't work.
Autocorrect.
So you sprinkle in some sesame seeds, sesame oil, and just a little bit of salt, and just kind of mix that together and put it in the fridge, and it's gonna marinate and be really delicious. You're not gonna have like too oniony of a flavor, spicy, crispy.
It's like, why just add scallions when you can add that? I'm gonna start using that a lot more.
I can see just having a thing of that, even chopping them up thin, just having a thing of that in the fridge.
Let me get a thing of that in the fridge.
A thing of that.
I'll take one thing of that in my fridge.
So we're taking this gochujang, which is basically this like just fermented, spicy, chili, like sticky. It's kind of like a, depending on the brand, you can get it more straight up. This one's a little bit more of like the sauce, ketchup-y kind of version. And we just mix that with some sour cream. You could do mayo too, but sour cream and potatoes, hello. Rice vinegar, mix that together, and you have this little zip to just be zipping all over the place.
All right, friends, here's where things get spicy. Let's build this chip platter. Get your oven on like full wax, so hot that you burn your arm, which I actually did, so just be careful and don't do that. But turn it up on high heat. Get a nice sheet pan out with some parchment paper so nothing sticks to the pan. We went in with 2 layers of chips. We went in with the wavy Lay's chips, and then we thought it'd be a good idea to do a barbecue chip because we're doing Korean barbecue, and it actually worked out. Now, you might judge us for this ingredient because we're adding cheese, and you wouldn't think cheese and Korean barbecue go together.
Remember, you're judging us, you're really just judging yourself.
You're judging yourself, but you're actually wrong because in American Korean barbecue, cheese is a huge thing. You go to any Korean barbecue place, they have that cheese melting on the side. The first time I saw that, I didn't get it, but it actually works. You can dip your meat into it.
Well, who's wrong though? Because it's Americanized. So if you're Korean, you're looking at us crazy. You're not wrong. But if you're American and you've been to Korean barbecue, then.
But it's legit, okay? It's in American Korean barbecue. It's legit.
It's legit as General Tso's tofu.
General Tso's tofu. What?
General Tso's tofu is as legit as that in America.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So we sprinkled on a mixture of mozzarella and cheddar cheese. Then we went in with our bulgogi beef, a layer of that, really nice.
And a little more cheese on top, just to kind of coat it. Right in the oven, about 400, 450, for like 5 minutes.
Just make sure you don't burn your arm.
It was quick.
Yeah, it was quick. It melted nice and quick. Then that comes out and we hit it with our fresh ingredients. So I actually had some kimchi in my fridge when I got super into Korean food. I was making a lot of kimchi. I had some leftover. That's a nice little spicy pickle on top. We went in with that.
Was kimchi invented by Kim Chi?
Okay, so the kimchi went on.
Then we'll top it with that like scallion-y, salad-y
What's
thing.
the Korean name for that? Comment in below on that. Forget the name.
We topped it with that, and then Mike hit it with that gochujang sauce. Just squirted his special sauce all over this thing.
Oh, calm down, Josh. So you've got your beautiful chip layer of all that warmth and the bulgogi beef and the cheese. Then all those fresh ingredients, a lot of pickled, really vibrant sesame seeds. Oh, so good.
Bring this to your next party.
This is insanity.
I've been munching away already on this. I can't stop. It's so like, it's unexpected. I can't even really describe it. It's so good.
It works really well with the chips because we were talking about the difference between
Like
an actual nacho, like a corn, but the potato works really well. And there's a lot of subtle flavors. Like you get the sweetness of the gochujang, a lot of The sweetness of the bulgogi is really nice too.
Kimchi explosion. So good. We hope this inspired you guys to actually get out to Lay's.com and pitch your flavors. $1 million, people, and have fun with it. Channel your inner brother's dream. Think of some crazy combinations. Like for me, my favorite combination is definitely the pulled pork donut sandwich chip.
Oh, son of a... But
Give
the
me
thing
that
is,
pulled pork.
when you see the actual flavors that they've picked in the past, they're totally legit. They had the chicken and waffles. Like, the actual
masala.
submissions, they're great. So you guys have a chance. You don't have to be that talented to come up with a cool flavor. Make sure you add your personality in there. And one of you guys out there might... How cool would that be if a Brothers Green fan was taking home the mill?
Yeah, you owe me half.
That's the deal. You see, in the fine print under the description, you owe us half. No, that's not true.
That's not true. But what is true is you could have $1 million more than you got right now, and you'd be rich, far richer than we are. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure you try one of these recipes. There were a few in this whole video. And enjoy your Korean food. Sign up for the Lay's. Do us a flavor.
Boom.